Hi guys, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. This is the second video in our video series. We're going to learn HTML throughout this whole series. So in the last video, we made a web page. We made a web page of Molly the cat, and as you can see on the right here, actually no, before that, I want you guys to go ahead and sign up. So go to codepen.io, sign up. Just put your email and a little bit of information, and you should be good to go. After you sign up, come back to me. Pause the video, go sign up, and then come back to the video. And then after signing up, I want you guys to scroll down to the description. And in the description, I will have a link. It will say "Open Me," and just go ahead and click that link. And after you click the link, it should open up something like this, and you should be logged in. If not, it should be logged in. If not, go ahead and log in. And then I want you guys to click fork. After you click fork, it will be now you can edit it and you can save it. So your save button will be enabled once you click fork, and it will say, I believe it will say your name over here. So yeah, this is just something, this is what we created last time, but this is everything without the tags. So if you guys don't remember, go back to the video, go back to the previous video, and just get a little refresher on it. We only used about like 7 or 8 tags. So go ahead and add the tags in. So remember, tags go in the beginning and the end, and at the end. So the first one will be a heading tag. Second one is the second heading or subheading, and the third one right here, it's the image. So remember, image tag only has one tag. You don't need a closing tag. And this one is like an image description. So we made this with a paragraph tag. And this is one of the lists. This one, I believe it's unordered list. So remember, it's a UL, and then these are the list items. So remember, you have to put the list items inside the UL. So try to remember that. If you can't, just go back to the video and refresh yourself on it. And this is the second list. This one is the ordered list. Ordered list, the difference is you have basically numbers on it, 1, 2, and 3, since we have 3 items in this case. So remember, this is ordered list, and then inside the ordered list, we want 3 list items. Okay, go ahead, pause the video, try it out, click the link, open it. You should have something like this, and then go try it out, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So welcome back, guys. Hope you guys tried it out, and hope you guys found that little refresher helpful. Should have taken you about 5-10 minutes. If you were stuck, it's okay. We're gonna go over it now. So let's do it right now. So the first one, Molly. So we made this a heading. So if you guys don't remember, we made headings with a H1. That's the biggest size heading. Remember, it goes from H1 through H6, and then each tag we have to close it. So once you close it, as you can see on the left, we have a Molly, and it's in very big letters. So second one, we made a smaller heading. We can make it anything from H1 to H6. So let's just try H6 and see it in action. H6. See, there we go. The awesomest cat ever. It's very small. It's a little too small. It's hard to read. So let's make us H3. And it automatically updated for us. So that's kind of helpful. And it's like a subheading. So that's fine. And then the image. So this is the image. And remember IMG. And then let's just close it first. So the way I've quickly moved is I scroll down and I press Control or Command on Mac, and then I press the right arrow, left arrow, right arrow. It can go quickly to the left or the right side, just pressing Control or Command. And so yeah, let's go back to image. And remember, in the image, we have to put src equal sign and then 2 quotes, and then we put the link of the image inside of it. So src, it's an attribute. It's called an attribute. And an attribute are the things that we put inside of the tags, whether we want to. We're basically giving it attributes, and we're basically kind of defining it. And so this one, let's just add a src equal signs. We'll put 1 quote here, and then we'll put 1 more here, and it should pop up. There we go. We have a nice image. Remember, you don't have to use this image. You can use any image you want. So after this video, you guys can make it again, just for extra practice. This one, we made it as like a description of the thing. So we'll just make a paragraph. You can make it a heading as well. You can make it like a small H4, H5. That's fine. It'll just be a little bit bolded. So we just left that as a paragraph. And what do we have left? We have what Molly eats in a day, and then sleep, eat, scratch, and then this. So we have two lists left. So the first one, we are going to make an unordered list. So the way you make an unordered list, it's UL. Okay. And then what do we do? Let's close the UL. I believe. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. We made a UL over here. So this was the list, and this was, I believe, I made this a paragraph. Yeah, I think I made that a paragraph. Yeah, that's what we did last time. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot that this was not inside the UL, which is okay. We all make mistakes. Uh, okay, now let's add, these are the list items. So let's add the list items. As you can see, UL stands for unordered list, and that list items, it's LI, list items. So it's easier to remember after a couple times. LI, close it. And remember, I'm moving quickly from left to right using command on the Mac, and in the PC, it's control left right arrow. So this one is a list item, scratch list item. So as we can see, we have a nice, basically we're saying what Molly does in a day, and then we have 3 list items. So that's done, and remember these are bullet items because we made an unordered list. So this is not in any particular order. And this next one, let's make it a paragraph. Close it. And then over here, this is a ordered list. So a OL, and remember close it. Sometimes we all forget to put the little closing bracket, which is okay. After a while, you'll get used to it. LI. So there we go. We have what we had. This is basically what we had last time. So we have a nice little heading, a little subheading, picture, a little description, and 2 lists. So if you guys want to pause the video, retry that, or if you didn't code along with me, you guys can go ahead and try that now. I want you guys to try it without looking at the code. So if you do forget, you can always peek back and forth, but just go ahead and try that again. So pause the video and come back. So guys, hopefully you guys practice that. Let's just quickly talk about the structure of our HTML. We can see that everything is kind of lined up vertically, not kind of, but it is lined up vertically to the left, except for when we go to our order list and our unordered list. As you can see, since we're putting items inside of the ordered list and the unordered list, we have list items. You can see that there's a space here. There's about 2 spaces here. And in programming, whenever you're programming and writing stuff, you always want to indent, not indent like tab or space, tab space to the right. It just makes it easier to read the code and see what is inside what. So this is just a basic structure or basic file. There's not much stuff in it. But as your files get bigger, you'll have more and more stuff, and you'll have like things inside of things. And then when that happens, you want to keep going inside. So just a quick tab, and you can keep tabbing as much as you want. But just compare this. Let's just say we have something like this, and then we have like a couple spaces here. So compare this list. We can move that here. So compare this list to this list. Which one looks cleaner, and which one can you actually like read and know what it is like right away? So if you look at that, it's very short. It's only like 5 lines, so it's not that hard to understand it. But if you have imagine having like 50, 100 lines, it can get really tough to read, and it'll be really annoying to figure out what goes where. So compared to this, which we can see, we just have a list, and in the list we have 3 items, and they are inside of this. So yeah, do not do that. If you guys want to undo it, undo stuff in Codepen, just press Control Z, or if you're on Mac, Command Z, and you can just undo stuff. So you can try things, and then you could always undo it. And, that way, you can always go back to whatever you had, and you can try new things. So I do have, as you can notice, I do have another tab here, and I went ahead and created a homework file, a homework webpage. The link is in the description. It'll be homework, and it'll be something similar to this, but it'll just be like a simple blog. So I want you guys to go ahead and recreate something like that. You guys don't have to copy me. You guys could make it whatever you want. I made a simple blog, but before that, I just want to introduce you guys to one attribute. So remember, I told you guys that this is an attribute, SRC. This whole thing is an attribute, and inside of a tag, we could always put attribute. You can put an attribute here, put attribute here, you can put attribute anywhere, as long as it's related to that item or that tag. So one of the attributes that we can put an image, it's a CSS item. Remember, CSS is a styling. Whatever you do on CSS, it's all related to styles. Styling meaning however you want it to look. This is a basic HTML. So in HTML, everything is just like top to bottom and to the left. So one CSS property that we can include in the image tag here, it's called width. So you guys can probably know what a width is. It's just how wide something is. So in this case, we are putting a width in an image, and our image automatically, whatever we put, if you didn't have this, it will automatically be the size of the image. So let's just say we want the width to be 50%, and 50%, the percent sign here, it means 50% of the page, whatever we are viewing. So in this case, 50% of this page is like this for this image. So if you were to ever resize it, it will change automatically. So which is pretty cool. The text won't change, but the image will change. So that's pretty cool. But if you want a fixed width, you can play around. Another unit, percent sign is a unit. Another unit for a width, it's let's say 500 in pixels. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of pixels. Pixels, like it's basically like a dot on the screen, and every image, every photo, it's made up of millions or hundreds of thousands of pixels. So in this case, we're setting the image to be 500 pixels wide. So let's try to resize it, and we can see that it does not move, does not shrink or grow. So even if we collapse it, it does not shrink or grow. So that's one of the styling, that's one of the CSS, what do you call it, properties or HTML attribute, CSS attribute that we can put in the image. Yeah, I don't want you guys to get boggled down with a lot of these things right away. Just practice with one or two, and then that way you can always build on top of it once you understand something. So if I were to give you like 10 different attributes right now, CSS properties and like all the HTML tags, you guys won't understand it. So I think it's very good to just kind of get the basics and with like very few things and continue to add more on top of it. So I want you guys to add the width property to our homework, and along with the width, we can put a height. And the height, it's also the same thing. We can make it, let's say, 500 pixels. And you see it's a square. The image is a square itself, but the original image is not a square. It's more of a rectangle. So it kind of stretched the photo out. So if we just leave it blank, or if you don't even include height, it'll do on by default. It's auto. Auto meaning it's automatically going to figure out the height of it. If we could change one and then we could make the other auto, and it will still work. So let's try that. Let's just change this. Let's make it 500 pixels. So we made it 500 pixels tall. It's by default it's auto, so it already did that. So yeah, since I wrote auto, it does not change anything. So let's make it 200 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. So we have a 200 pixel wide with 500 pixel top to bottom, and you can see our cat looks really scary there. So yeah, just play around with it. So remember, it's a 500px, meaning pixel, or you can put percent. So let's just try 100% and see what it looks like. I'm gonna get rid of the height. Okay, so width of 100%, what does that do? Remember, as soon as we change the screen size, the attribute, it's stuck within the screen size, within the viewing size. So whenever we change it, it's going to resize itself. And if you guys know about images, smaller it is, the cleaner, crisper it looks, the better it looks. So the more you enlarge something, it's gonna start looking blurry and fuzzy. I mean, a cat is blurry, it's fuzzy, but yeah. So just play around with it. I'll just keep that for 50% for now, and this will be half of it. Yep, there we go, half. It'll just change right away. Okay, that's all. What else can we do? Let's see. Um, yeah, that's all for now. Let's just leave it at that. Just one thing with. If you guys want to go ahead and if you guys are really curious and adventurous and want to see other stuff, I'll have one great website where you can learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript all by yourself if you want to. There's practice stuff in it, but it's when you just keep practicing in like tutorial mode and just practice one thing, one little thing again and again, again and like when you go from like one to another again and again, you kind of forget what you did and you just kind of being stuck in a loop where you just be in tutorial mode and just keep doing tutorial, and you won't. When you have to create something, you just like, well, where do I start? So that's why I'm starting you off, guys, with a simple web page, and we're just building something right away off the bat and learning this way. So let's just look at the homework for today. So guys, this will be our homework. The link is in the description. It will be homework, and I just click description. It will open up this HTML homework number 1, simple blog article, penned by JN, which is me. If you guys want to save it, you guys can click fork. Once you click fork, it will open it under your name. So penned by you, meaning you'll have a duplicate of this, and then you can mess around with the code. But as soon as it loads, I want you guys to go to HTML and scroll all the way at the bottom. It'll be like this, and then just scroll all the way at the bottom so you don't look at this. There's no way to hide it, I believe. Actually, there it is. You can just scroll this up, and you can just hide it as well. So yeah, I just want you guys to hide it and just make sure you don't cheat. So just try it out for yourself before you look at it. So let's go over this real quick. Actually, no. Before you do that, before going over it, let's just fork it, have it, and then save it. It'll be under yours, so you have something under your account. And then go ahead, open a new tab, create a new. Go ahead, open with Codepen again, and then click Start Coding, or click. It should say New Pen here. Create pen and New Pen, and then you get an empty file. And in the empty file, just title it Homework 1, and just make it like your name here or whatever you want to make it. So yeah, let's look at this. It's a simple blog article. So pretend like this is a web page and it's like a blog of your friend or yourself, actually. So we have 2 headings here. It's a day trip I took to Paris, food, sites, and the Eiffel Tower, subheading. So remember, these 2 are headings. This is an image. This is the little description of the image, which we used, where we used a paragraph tag to make this. And this is another heading tag. And then below that, we have another image of a croissant, which is pretty delicious right now. And then we have a list item. Not list item. I mean, this is a paragraph. 3 foods I tried that day, and this is a list, ordered list. We have 1, 2, 3, meaning this is an ordered list, and we have 3 list items inside of it. So below that, we have another image, some of the activities I did that day, paragraph tag, and then there's 3 list items, and these are in bullets, meaning they are unordered list. There's no order, so 3 list items in a unordered list. And then we have a final image of a plane leaving Paris, saying heading back home, sadly. So this looks like a simple little blog article. I didn't put too much content in it. I didn't put too much text in it, but you guys can go ahead and customize it and just add more stuff. If it's like a real trip you took somewhere, go ahead and document it. If not, just create something fake. You can make it your favorite bands, your favorite music, your favorite food, favorite video games, whatever. So yeah, that will be your homework. And remember, we talked about the image property, the width here. So let's see, as soon as I resize it, what happens to the image? It changes its size, right? So we talked about 2 properties of pixels, px, and then percentage. So if you guys remember, what property do you think we used here? Since it changes its size, if you guess percentage, you are correct. And just by looking at this, we can see that this is about 75%. And if you look at the code, it's actually 75%. So if you want to make it a fixed item, a fixed size where it does not change, just make it a pixel. So with that, you guys can actually go ahead and make this. You have enough information and enough knowledge and a good amount of practice to go ahead and make this. So go ahead, try this out, try this homework out, make it whatever you want, and once you're done, put it in the comments. Just you can click, you just save it. Make sure you save it, and then just copy it, copy the link. You can just double click and then press copy, or you can press Command or Control Copy C, and you'll copy it, and then paste it as a comment in this video, and then that way I can take a look at it. And if you have any questions, just write it. Here's my Codepen. Just write like, here's my Codepen. I can't get my image to load. I can't, I forgot how to do this, or how. What else can I do to make this look better? How does it look? Just stuff like that. You could just ask me and put it in the comment section, and I'll take a look at it and I'll reply as soon as I can. So yeah, that's your homework for today or in this video. And go ahead. This should take you can take as much time with it as you want, make it look really nice and descriptive if you want. But since we don't have too much tools that we can use to customize it and make it look pretty, just don't spend more than like 20-30 minutes in it, and just play around with it. Just try to remember the tags and the image sizing property. Use both of them. And yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck, have fun, and just, yeah, after you're done, put the link in the comments and let me know how you guys did. Take care, guys.